This list is going to include things for both casual and hardcore Harry Potter fans, and they are all strictly from the film. Before you all go commenting, actually I already knew that, and it wasn't like that in the books, you bunch of nerds. Hi YouTube, it's me Kieran and welcome back to my YouTube channel, where today we are taking a closer look at the first of 8 Harry Potter films and pointing out some of the things that you might have missed whilst watching. This could potentially become the first of 8 videos depending on how much you guys enjoy it, so if you do like it, make sure you click on the like button down below and tell me in the comments if you want me to do the other 7 films. So without further ado, let's point out all the things that you might have missed in Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. God, if I'm doing another 7 of these, I'm going to need to find a better intro. Unlike the following motion pictures, this is the only Harry Potter film that does not incorporate the Warner Brothers logo into the opening credits. Instead, they opted to use the usual Warner Brothers logo, while the other 7 films put their own unique spin on it. It's easy to look past this statue on the 3rd floor corridor as just another prop that makes the whole of Hogwarts Castle look so damn cool. But in fact, this is the one-eyed witch statue that hides the secret passage to Honeydukes that Harry goes on to use in The Prisoner of Azkaban. Whilst it's not particularly important to this part of the story or this film, it's nice to see it being used as it wasn't shown in the 3rd film. Which is annoying because it is constantly used in the books. God, I complain about you guys doing it. I am the biggest nerd of all of us. Number 3 now, and I want you to pay close attention to the clothes of Madam Hooch in this shot. Because just a few minutes later, once the Quidditch match has finished, the Hogwarts logo has magically jumped to the other side of her cloak. Do you get it? Magically jumped because she's a witch and this is Harry Potter. Yeah, it sounded funnier in my head. The Mirror of Erised is one of the most mysterious objects in all of Harry Potter. Still to this day, we do not know the extent of what it does other than show us the deepest and most desperate desires of our hearts. Not only are the mirror's powers unclear to us, but so is the inscription at the top of it, which reads, Erised stra eru oit kafru oit wasi. Yeah, I'm not even going to reveal how many takes it took for me to say that properly. Interestingly, if you read this inscription backwards, it spells out, I show not your face, but your heart's desire. Harry is constantly astonished by the magic that he experiences throughout this film, so much so that you would think he couldn't wait to pick up his wand and try to do some himself. Well, he may be made out to be one of the most talented wizards in this whole series, but astonishingly, Harry Potter does not cast a single spell in this film other than practicing the wand movements for Wingardium Leviosa.
It's Leviosa, not Leviosa.
Shut up, Jeremy. That's not to say that Harry doesn't produce any magic in this film. Of course, he makes the glass of the snake exhibit disappear while visiting the zoo with the Dursleys. Speaking of that scene at the zoo, you might remember the wink that the boa constrictor gave Harry after he set it free. Whilst it was a nice little moment for Harry and foreshadowed his future relationship with snakes, it doesn't actually make any sense, because snakes do not have eyelids, and are therefore completely incapable of winking. On to number 7 now, and it is about one of the most controversial characters in all of Harry Potter. Some fans love him, some fans hate him, some of them are still trying to figure it out. However, one thing that is undeniable about Severus Snape is the love that he had for Harry's mother Lily, and there is a nice little nod to this in the film with the first words that he says to Harry. The very first question that Snape asks Harry is,
Tell me, what would I get if I added powdered root of asphodel to an infusion of wormwood?
According to Victorian flower language, asphodel is a type of lily, meaning my regrets follow you to the grave. And wormwood means absence, and also typically symbolise bitter sorrow, which means if you combine the two, it translates to, I bitterly regret Lily's death. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal, thank you very much. Those are the first words that we hear in the Philosopher's Stone book. And it's clear to me that that statement was made after comparing the Dursleys' cars to everyone else's on their street. Because every single car on Privet Drive is exactly the same model. The Vauxhall Vextra Estate, which actually creates a few problems because this film is supposed to be set in 1991, and the Vauxhall Vextra Estate wasn't actually made until after 1999. So by the looks of it, everybody on Privet Drive got themselves a time turner and went back in time and took their cars with them. That's the only explanation, right? Because Harry Potter's too good to have plot holes. During the sorting scene, Harry's scar hurts for the very first time, and we are led to believe it is because he is staring right at Severus Snape. But in fact, it is because he is looking at the back of Professor Quirrell's head, who is standing right beside him. Which of course means that Voldemort might have been looking directly at him as he was on the back of Quirrell's head at the time. It also explains why Snape takes a look to his left after recognising this. Following his sorting into Gryffindor, Harry takes a seat on the right-hand side of the Great Hall table next to Ron. But in the next shot, we can see he's sat on the left-hand side next to Percy and Hermione. I don't know, maybe the guy just didn't want to sit next to Ron while he was eating. Dude makes one hell of a mess. Number 11 now, and we take a look at the moment where Harry himself turns 11. As he is about to celebrate his birthday, Harry takes a look at Dudley's watch as it turns from 11:59 to 12 o'clock. But if this was in fact the start of a new day, the watch should be saying 0000. Muggle technology. When we are first introduced to the streets of Diagon Alley, we see it is absolutely packed to the brim with all sorts of witches and wizards. So why is it that we see so many of them over and over again? Hagrid and Harry seem to pass the same people several times, including the group of 4 witches with a trolley, a curly red-haired wizard, and the boys looking at the broomstick, all of whom appear in the establishing shot, but also show up in several shots a few seconds later. What's the excuse for this one then? Polyjuice potion? It's a continuity error, I can't defend it. When Harry puts his invisibility cloak and his lamp down in the restricted section of the library, he places the lamp next to the invisibility cloak. But when he hears Filch coming, the lamp is suddenly on top of the cloak, causing it to fall to the floor. So it turns out Harry doesn't just have a cloak that turns invisible, he also has a lamp that can teleport. And finally, imagine you're a Slytherin. You've worked incredibly hard all year to make sure that your house wins the House Cup, and you've done it. You're in first place. Then some old man comes out of nowhere and hands it to his house Gryffindor because one student from that house threatened to fight 3 other students from that house. Hashtag Slytherin got screwed. But in the film's defense, did you really think about the person who was awarding Neville the points for standing up to his friends? Albus Dumbledore, who of course was most famous for his defeat of the Dark Wizard Grindelwald, who he was once friends with. Well, I would say he was in a gay relationship with him, but apparently we're not allowed to bring that up. So Dumbledore, of all people, would understand the real importance of being able to stand up to your friends. But he still screwed Slytherin, and I will not forgive him for that. So there you have it, that is the end of this list. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you let me know so I can know whether to continue and do the other 7 films or not. As always, click on that like button, it really does help me out, and comment any more things that you think people might have missed in the films. That's all for this time, and I will see you guys next time. Think fast! This could potentially become the first of 8 videos depending on how much you guys enjoy it, so if you do, make sure you leave a like on the video and go down in the comments and tell me that you... Yeah, I mean if you could comment that word for word, it'd be great.